Don't look now, but I'm pretty sure you're surrounded by crab people. In fact, I think I even see one inside you. Hey, it's Matt Henry, BigSkyRise.com. Yeah, today we're talking about crab people. Crab people. Crab people. So what are crab people? Well, crab people, there are many different kinds. They go by a lot of different names. Name's not important. What is important is what they do to you and how do you stop it. So what do crab people do to you? Well, crab people have a way of pulling you down, holding you back every time you're trying to make a step up in life, every time you're trying to reach towards something positive and start living a happier, more fulfilling life. They do this in a lot of ways. A few examples to illustrate. This first one comes from a forum that I was reading the other day, and it was a guy who decided to start biking to work because he wanted to live a healthier life. He wanted to be healthier for his family. And what he found was as soon as he started biking, people at work started making fun of him. They started saying, oh, you must have gotten a DUI, you must have been ordered by a judge to start biking, you must have lost your driver's license, etc. At the same time, he also started eating healthier, and they also started poking fun at him for that when they were eating donuts and other not so healthy snacks, and he was reaching towards the healthier snacks. They'd start making fun of him, calling him rabbit, or, you know, just one donut's not gonna hurt you, what's wrong with you, you're trying to be better than everybody, that type of thing. The real point of it is that everything that he was doing to make himself better, they were doing something to counteract it. In my own life, this happened many, many times. Most recent, I started training athletically a lot harder than I had before. And I found that my diet was not meeting my nutritional needs in terms of my body recuperating. So I decided to start taking some protein and other type of supplements. Supplements, whole different topic. We'll touch on that another time. Main point was though that I started doing this, and there was somebody I knew who started kind of making fun of me for it. He kept calling the supplements steroids, which they definitely weren't. They were everyday supplements, met national standards for athletics, so if you were in Major League Baseball, you can take these supplements. So nothing wrong with it, but he sort of teased me every time that I took these, and I know he didn't really mean any harm for it, but at the same time, it kind of made me feel weird, made me kind of doubt what I was doing in a sense, and really the point of it is that they're kind of like little jokes that people make, and these little jokes have ways of eating at you inside, causing you to doubt yourself, doubt the steps that you're making, and almost doubt your own belief in being able to fulfill what you're trying to achieve. Really though, these stories are very common, and in fact that first story I shared from the forum led to pages and pages of people sharing their own similar experiences. And as a society, we've kind of gotten to a point where crab people are dominating in almost every area, and whenever you try to make progress and live your life a little bit better, you kind of have to fight off these crab people and know how to deal with them. And one key to knowing how to deal with the crab people is knowing why they're saying the things that they are. So why are crab people saying things that they're saying? Well, there are many reasons. One of them gets down to the fact that a lot of times they've stopped believing that positive things can happen, and there are a lot of reasons for that in and of itself, but the main idea is that it's almost easier to make sure nobody else can climb out of the bucket, so to speak. In other times it's a little bit more than that. Occasionally what it relates to is their own failed attempts at making positive changes in the past, and your actions bringing up negative feelings and memories of not being able to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish before. Another reason is simply they just have a misunderstanding and a lack of awareness of how tiny little steps made every day can make a huge difference overall. And so when they make comments like, oh, just one donut's not gonna hurt you, or just this one cookie's not gonna hurt you, or this one soda's not gonna hurt you, they're losing track of the fact that one soda plus one donut plus one cookie, those things add up over time. And if you're consuming them, they add up to fat and unhealthiness. And if you're not consuming them, then they add up to a healthier life. So one little step, one little thing can make a big difference. And so they think that their joke is really harmless, when in fact, like, those small steps are what can really make the difference between success and failure. a big reason why crab people do what crab people tend to do relates to the fact that if they admit both internally and externally that what you're doing is right, and they don't crack jokes and they don't make fun and they don't find a way to sort of subvertly make you fail, they lose an excuse for not taking the steps that you're taking themselves. They don't have any excuse for not skipping the donut. It's easy to say, well, nobody can do this, so I can't do this, so I'm not going to try. And as soon as you go and you demonstrate that that actually isn't true, that you can make progress in your life and you can live happier and more fulfilled, they either have to say, well, it's time for me to step up and do the same, or admit that I'm too lazy or something else to do it. And if there's ways to sort of subvertly pull you down and prevent you from making progress, it helps keep that excuse that nobody can do it in their world. And I don't mean to say that crab people are doing this intentionally, at least consciously. A lot of the times these jokes, these things that they say, are coming from a sort of subconscious level. They don't really intend directly to harm you. It does, however, unfortunately, pull out some of your positive energy. And that's why it's really important to know what to do about it. So what can you do about it? What can you do about the crab people? Well, really, the most effective method is just to simply ignore them. Realize that what they're saying is irrelevant. The jokes that they're making, all those things, just don't let it go past your ears. Let it roll off your shoulders and move on. Realize that what they're saying is either coming from a place of pain or a place of ignorance, and it really doesn't mean anything. It also helps in the long run to realize that some of these crab people are actually going to come back to you and ask for your help and advice. When they see the progress that you're making, you become a role model to them. And in fact, my story with the whole steroid thing is an example of that. The person that was kind of teasing me and making fun of me for it saw the progress that I was making in my training and in my strength and in my health, and came to me and asked, what program am I using? What type of protein supplements am I taking? Are they necessary, etc., etc. And so they came to me to ask for some guidance, and that was also something that was relayed in the forums that I had mentioned earlier. A lot of people found that after a couple months, other people would start coming to them and asking them for advice, and you can, instead of being pulled down by the crab people, you end up helping other real people up and making progress in their own life. If you have trouble ignoring it, which sometimes is the case, there's something else you can do, and that is to use their comments and use their jokes as fuel to drive you further, to make you make more progress. Use them to fuel your fire and your positivity and your energy, and realize that they're making those comments because you're doing the right thing. This relates, unfortunately, to the fact that nowadays it's abnormal to be healthy, it's abnormal to be happy, it's abnormal to be fulfilled, and it's abnormal to be leading a good life, really. And like I said, it's really, truly unfortunate. What those jokes and things are coming from is the fact that what you're doing is not normal. And a lot of times people don't know how to react to somebody doing something abnormal. And the more that you take steps to be healthier and be happier and lead a more fulfilling life, the more abnormal you're going to get. And it makes it so people don't always know how to react. So every time that you get those jokes, realize that those things are indicators that you're making progress. Use them, like I said, as fuel to your fire. Use them to drive you further and further, not to hold you back. Keep going. You're doing the right thing, and those are good signs. Other good news is, as more people do what you're doing, and more people succeed in doing what you're doing, then we start to change what normal is. And at some point, if we all keep working at it, normal will be happy, normal will be fulfilled, and normal will be healthy. And you're one of the first people in this sort of bigger movement that's coming along. And so you should take pride in that. And like I said, those jokes and things, those don't weigh you down, those can boost you up. Before I go, I wanted to touch real quickly on what I was saying about a crab person being inside of you. Unfortunately for pretty much all of us, there's this little negative voice and these little jokes and these little things that we say to ourselves. And for now, use your mindfulness, use meditation to be aware of when you are having your own crab person inside of you trying to pull you down. We're going to touch on this topic a lot more in the future, but for now I just wanted you to start thinking about it and start recognizing that sometimes the crab person that's most dangerous is the crab person inside. So that's it for this week. If you're watching this anywhere other than BigSkyRise.com, I encourage you to head over there, leave your comments, your thoughts, relay your stories about crab people, and let me know what you think. Please also give me a thumbs up, thumbs down on this video. Let me know if it was helpful or not. If you have any suggestions for things that you'd like to see or hear, please let me know that as well. Have a great week. I will be back in touch with you soon, and in the meantime, have a good one.